In this edition of the Workshop Manual, the healthy biker meets the inquiring mind. It's important to have a healthy mind. We might want to get out of it now and again, but we don't want to lose it altogether. I myself came over all inconvenient the other day. I was sat here on the unfinished patio working on this sort of guitar type of thing. It's actually a light table lamp. And I needed a bit of glue, so I got up, I walked this far to my shed, got to my shed and couldn't remember why I'd got there. It was a complete blank. Now I know things change because that's what life is. It's a series of changes. Major changes happen around the age of 50. And again around 60. Major changes happen all the time. Life is change. But to have a complete blank spot about something and have to walk back the other way and go and pick up the guitar to know that I was trying to mend it, it's just ridiculous. And so if you are concerned about cognitive decline, brain fog and all the other things that go along with it, and the older you get, the more you get them, there are a few things you can do. And cutting out sugar is a good one, because sugar is such a destructive organism in the body. It's very good for preserving things and turning things into things that could be quite good for you, like kombucha. But it's not very good in the body as it is, because any preservative is bad for the body. The last thing you want is a preserved body, one that doesn't change, because that's what change is. That's what life is. It's change. If your cells aren't changing and growing, if they are static, then they're going to atrophy. You have to breathe in, you have to breathe out, blood has to move, everything has to move in the body. Moving the body is one of the best things. Aerobic exercise is very good for the brain, getting air up, getting oxygen around the blood system, getting oxygen into your brain. If you're cutting out sugar, what you do still have to take into account is that the brain will work on glucose most of the time, but it can work on ketones. In fact, it works better on ketones. So the keto diet, ketogenesis, ketolysis, the keto diet is supposed to be very good for keeping the brain fit and active. I would put a warning out that if you haven't used Kirtan Kriya, if you've not meditated on this particular mantra, that you do not use the techniques that I am about to give to you, because Kirtan Kriya meditation is very, very powerful. If you do it fully, as is explained, there's a link below which will take you to a video of somebody explaining it to you way better than I can. And if you haven't done it for at least 6 months, if you haven't been doing it for at least 6 months, then this is a very powerful meditation, and the enhancements that I'm talking about will give you a headache. I found that when I first started Kirtan Kriya, I did get a headache, and I had to wear, they say to wear a hat, something that will help to short the energies out and help to keep them going around inside of you instead of hurting you. Well, I didn't do that, and I paid for it with a headache. So it is that powerful. It's a powerful meditation, but the headache is basically where your neurons are linking up more and more, and there's a lot of activity going on in there, a lot of brain growth and a lot of brain rehabilitation. I almost said it. Rehabilitation, brain rehabilitation. So do take that into account. I would practice it for at least 6 months to a year before you take up any of these enhancements that I'm going to teach you. Okay, you don't have to sit in some ridiculously uncomfortable posture. You don't have to go to a spiritual place or an ashram. You can do this anywhere. In your garden, in your bathroom, anywhere that you feel comfortable. Sit with a straight back, and these are the mudras. You can learn this in the other video that I will direct you to below this. And this is where I bring in Qigong. Qigong is an ancient art form. I first learnt Tai Chi in about 1981 and moved on to Qigong a few years later. Don't worry about the cat. Sometimes your arms might get tired. If so, you can change to a basketball-sized movement that you may well have seen Doctor Strange do in some of his films. In fact, this movement has been used in a lot of films because it is a very, very powerful movement in and of itself. This helps to regulate the energy in your body. Return to the original movements when you feel comfortable. It all helps to bring energies into you and into your brain. Other things you can take into account while doing the Kirtan Kriya meditation is to breathe in through the nose. As you breathe in through your nose, your nasal passages create nitric oxide. As you know, nitric oxide is a vasodilator, it opens up the blood vessels, especially the smaller ones. So breathing in through the nose, you can breathe out through your mouth. Obviously, if you're brushing your teeth, you've got to avoid fluoride. If you're going to the dentist, don't let them put fluoride in your mouth. I mention more of this in my book, Zombie Sapien, where it goes into what fluoride will actually do to your brain. Zombie Sapien is it's just a small book. It's only a couple of quid on Amazon. And when you're doing the silent track, obviously there's the out loud, the whispered, and then the silent track. When you're doing the silent track, you can move your eyes from the top left to the bottom right. Top left, bottom right. If you look up, look down like that, and then look up, look down, look up, look down. Swap over every 2 or 3 breaths. Still reciting Satanama, but silently in your mind. That helps to alert your mind that it is trying to recall things. So it'll work on the general aspect of memory. Keep your spine as straight as you can, as straight as you feel comfortable. It all depends on how straight your spine is. Mine's not great. Most people aren't. They're all looking down at their phones these days. Getting tech neck, as it's called. And obviously sit comfortable. Keep your back off of the back of the chair that you're sitting on. This allows energies to move throughout the body without shorting them out into things. As you know, your body is full of energy. Well, it's made of energy. It is energy. Your body is energy. This is what science is telling us. Everything is energy. So when you're doing standard Kirtan Kriya meditation, they use the mudras, which is Satanama. Each of these relates to a different organ in the body, and this used to be the meditation pose, or down there somewhere, because that links through to us. I don't know which organs they are, but they're different organs anyway. So it's just, we've got energy all over the place. My energy's all over the place. And as you're coming to the end and you're doing that, you see the golden light coming down through your crown and out through your forehead. So it's a golden energy and a golden light doing that. Very relaxing. My book, Zombie Sapien, delves quite a lot into how to use your intuition. It was the main part of the precept that I was going for in the biker psych part of the book, because the intuition can save you from all sorts of problems. It saved me over the years all sorts of things. And Kirtan Kriya is an incredible way to enliven that part of yourself, to bring it out into the open, much like sun gazing is, at least in my experience.